Going by how the prices of timepieces have been soaring in the market recently, the wristwatch you're wearing definitely says a lot more about you than you can imagine. Gone are the days when all that your wristwatches do was tell time and polish off your outfit. While you might find this a bit discomforting, your watch actually does give everyone you come across a glimpse into the type of person you are, what you're into, and the social class that you belong to, way more than you can possibly imagine. You might be wondering how exactly this is possible. Well, stick around as we explore and detail this phenomenon in the watch industry. With a glance at your smartphone being all you need to know what time it is in the world today, your choice of a mechanical watch is often believed to say a great deal about your personality. A common age-long saying among watch lovers is that the type of watch you wear is largely influenced by your personality and lifestyle. But while this is just one side of the coin, people also appear to give off specific types of supposed personalities based on the kind of timepiece they're wearing. If you own a Rolex, especially an exquisite model that costs as much as a new car, it does not matter whether you're powerful or not. Wearing that Rolex timepiece will always sell the illusion that you are powerful and influential. It outright tells a story that you have and hold a position of power and influence to anyone who spots you wearing it. This is because Rolex sits at the very top of the watch hierarchy, after having earned the title of being the choice watch for the most successful men on the planet. Whether it's a Datejust, Daytona, or Submariner, a Rolex is a truly universal timepiece that stands for success and high-ranking influence. Even while not being the most expensive brand out there, your Rolex would always sell you off as an influential personality very easily. The watches you wear no doubt transform your outfit and appearance, and usually, the more expensive the timepiece is, the better your looks. Like wearing a Rolex, a number of pocket-friendly timepieces also give off that million-dollar look and the much-coveted, influential, successful personality vibe. A brand like Bulova makes some of the industry's premium and high-quality watches that are also low-budget. So if you want to give off that kind of Rolex impression, but cannot afford a Rolex to pull it off, getting any of these other Rolex-looking pocket-friendly timepieces might just do the trick. Wearing an Omega watch screams that you're a very sporty and outdoor person. Like Rolex, Omega as a top-class watch brand focuses on manufacturing high-end timepieces that ordinarily cost a fortune. Omega, however, has a very special addition to its timepieces. It's the very clever way in which the brand has been able to incorporate rugged and adventure-suited features into many of its timepieces. While you might not be an astronaut or know anything about space exploration, wearing an Omega Speedmaster or Seamaster could easily pass you off as an adventurer who does space exploration, mountain biking, surfing, or paragliding for fun. To most people who spot you with an Omega timepiece, you'll come across as someone who loves to get their adrenaline pumping at all times. To them, your timepiece isn't just a symbol of your success or good taste in watches. That timepiece is essentially a part of you and goes wherever you go. So, whenever you wear that Omega watch you own, it's not just a display of how loaded you might be. It also perfectly sells the impression that you're an adventure-loving and very sporty person. Brands like Seiko also have great timepieces that have spectacular outdoor and sporty looks, and which, unlike Omega watches, are way more affordable. So don't be surprised if you get asked if you go scuba diving or love hiking just for wearing one of these Seiko timepieces as well. One high-end watch that gives you the looks of being sophisticated is Cartier. Everyone who spots you with a timepiece from the luxurious brand will get the idea that you're a strictly business kind of person who has no time for jokes and doesn't play around. The secret here is many of the brand's timepieces have muted colors and their parts appear made from very luxurious materials. The exquisite leather that the brand uses for its timepieces especially sells the fantasy, and going by long-standing industry belief, muted colors equal sophistication. So even if you're super cool or just a regular dude, wearing a Cartier timepiece immediately coats you in layers and layers of sophistication. While owning a Cartier costs a fortune, smaller brands like MVMT have minimalistic watches that cost way less and perfectly replicate the muted colors and appearance of Cartier timepieces. These watches no doubt give you a complex persona when you wear them as well. As a Breitling wearer, you'll most likely come across to people as someone who is a go-getter and likes to get down to business. Doer is easily the first word that comes to the mind of anyone who spots you with your gold Breitling chronomat. For many, Breitling timepieces are forceful, bold, masculine, and often intimidating, and wearing any of the brand's timepieces makes you accurately reflect these perceptions. All of the nicks and scratches that the watch may have are shreds of evidence of long years of service and lasting companionship. With Patek Philippe being one of the finest and most exquisite timepieces out of Switzerland, this watch symbolizes a lot of qualities within the watch industry. Wearing a Patek Philippe automatically elevates the wearer to the status of a highly cultivated gentleman. This is because the brand to many watch enthusiasts symbolizes understatement, taste, and success, and is the hallmark of success in both horological and professional life. As a Patek wearer, your timepiece is considered first and foremost an investment, and you're presumed to be highly futuristic for owning a watch that is made to be passed down for generations. You probably have only tailored suits made from the finest wool, wear only handmade shoes that are fitted to size, always have a table reserved for you at every gathering, drink from only the finest wines, and only get chauffeured in the most luxurious cars. To many who spot you with your Patek Philippe, you're a connoisseur through and through, as these and more are essentially what the brand epitomizes. So be sure to act very gentlemanly when next you wear your Patek Philippe, as that's how the world sees you. How about a watch that makes you pass off easily to people as being heavily loaded and a top-tier visionary? That definitely has to be Richard Mille. The Swiss watchmaker is known for its exceptional timepieces that are extremely lightweight and technically unique. And while you might not be a celebrity like Neymar or Rafael Nadal, who are ambassadors of the brand and exclusively wear timepieces from Richard Mille, owning a timepiece from the brand automatically sets you on the line of being a great visionary, like Elon Musk or even Warren Buffett. So whether it's an RM1105 or the RM6501 CA automatic split seconds chronograph, this watch puts you in the very top tier of society to many. Smartwatches have no doubt earned their name. When you wear a smartwatch, it does not paint a picture in any way of you being flashy, adventurous, or influential. Rather, it gives off the impression of you being smart, health-conscious, and nerdy. As a young person, wearing a smartwatch automatically makes a lot of people who you come across view you as someone with very high aims, and someone who'd go places. They also give the impression that you're techie even when you're not, and you just wear a smartwatch from a brand like Apple for their many smart features and their many functionalities that make life and living very convenient. Smartwatches can also give off the impression of you being a professional. This is especially true as a larger demographic of young corporate workers, people in the special forces, and most notably, healthcare workers are increasingly getting attracted to these watches for their simple design and advanced functionalities. These groups of people typically do not fancy owning a flashy watch that'll bring a lot of attention to them and which can easily constitute a distraction. If you're someone who fancies wearing older models of Swiss watchmakers, you might come across a lot of people who know a thing or two about the watch industry, as a watch collector or a staunch watch enthusiast, especially as the Swiss are considered the gods of watchmaking after having pioneered and mastered the craft. People would tend to look at you as someone who's obsessed with watches, even if that is not the case, and having a Swiss piece on your wrist only boosts the chances of this occurring. While the watches you wear may paint a rough picture of your personality as an individual, this does not in any way imply that these presumptions are always correct.